Okay, so today on Project Shop we have this massive battery case or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I previewed it on a live stream and we opened it up. I thought it was going to be full of batteries for as heavy as it is, but let me show you. This whole thing is a huge cast aluminum case and it is just chock full of electronics, and these are either batteries or transformers down there, yet to be determined. But you know, when I said this thing was heavy, some of y'all might have thought I was a little sissy or something. This thing is literally coming in at about 99 pounds, so this thing is no joke. We're gonna get this up on the table. Let me mount my camera here. Now that I got my table gantry back, I'm gonna work on the bounciness of it, but I can at least get y'all right into live action. And if you hear music in the background, because I'm shooting this live, and woo. So let me just let's just go over this real quick. We have a lot of these blue boards. I mean, it looks like there might be some gold in there. Whoa, look at all that. Wow. That is some weird, foamy, putty, really limp stuff. Looks like we might have some copper here. Gold boards, maybe. What do you think of that? Now, I did check this in multiple spots with my voltmeter. Wow, no wonder this thing is heavy. Whatever this is like super heavy. That's crazy. So I'm gonna get, looks like we're gonna need some stars, some sockets, and a flathead. Start popping this stuff out and see what we got here. Loosen them up wherever I see them. I have no idea what any of this stuff really is. So I'm trying to really gather up a bunch of computer boards because I want to, oh, we're already, oh wow. Hey, that looks like gold connections in there. So, look at all them gold dots. What grade board do you think that is? Now, them gold pins, if they're gold, is the inside of that gold? Should I keep all of these? Just in case, I'm gonna cut all these. If those are gold pins, we're gonna save them. If not, it's not really anything wasted. Could just be brass. That doesn't look like gold, but we're just gonna save all the connections. I mean, that's a nice looking board. Got all that gold right there. I hope that music wasn't too loud for y'all. And it's not even like something I like, it's just, like I said, it's like elevator music, man. You gotta have something in the background. Okay. Trash. We're getting somewhere. Find the right size socket. Close enough. Looks like this will take care of a lot of stuff. It's a nice little board, got 3 transformers, nice little chunk of copper there. But look at the ends. Is that gold? That looks like a nice little plate right there. I don't know, man. Is that gold or is that like... Well, we're gonna add it to our boards anyway. We'll get a thorough evaluation on this stuff one day. I'm not sure about these, but we're just gonna go ahead and clip all of the ends. Man, I wish you guys could feel this stuff. You know what it almost feels like? Putty. Oh, look at it. It's like stringy. It's like a putty, but not. It's really weird. And it's super dense. It's really heavy. So we're just going to save all these ends. Maybe we could just put them in an acid and dissolve it out. I don't know. I was watching some striptease videos, or street tips, sorry. And man, that guy poured a huge bar of gold. So we're going to have our number 2 insulated. It looks high end, whatever it is, you know? I think that might be soldered right there. Look at all that. Is that like a lot of gold or what? Okay, what else we got? This is really tedious. Okay. That looks like it's either chunks of copper or aluminum. Yeah, I think it's aluminum. What about these little corners, man? You think that's gold? That's pretty interesting. Let's clean that up a little bit. I think I might start a hardware. It's got a lot of really nice hardware. I might start a hardware bucket. These are some type of coils. So that's copper. And this feels like there's probably copper inside. So we'll clip them. We'll probably smash those open. That's copper. We'll consider that number 2 copper. Man, you wouldn't believe how heavy these are. Moving on. I mean, that's almost thick enough to strip. Nice little squirrel fan. 24 volt. Okay, of course the GoPro died. We're going to be running 2 GoPros live without the wide angle, so we'll see how it goes. I want to say that's copper. Yep, number 2 copper. Now we're on to like little mini Allen keys. Thank God I was sent these. These are awesome. Perfect. Looks like we might be soldered down. Yeah. I don't know how else to get that off without literally using like a torch. I mean, what would that even be considered? No grade, low grade? Those gotta be copper. I feel heavy weight right there. Yeah, that's like copper lugs. And then whatever these are, they look like some kind of transformer. Woo! That's heavy. That's a big piece of aluminum. Oh, look at that. It looks like that shit's that might even be smaller than anything we got. Thought they might be stainless. I think they're magnetic stainless. These bolts on top must be holding these things down. That just broke right off. Now it's stuck in there. Alright, it seems like they're threaded in, and that thing just broke right off. Yeah, we're gonna try something different. There is a lot of weight here. Okay, I had to take a phone call, but let's see if that liberated anything. Nice. These things are super heavy, man. Now, being that there's all that potting compound in there, I just went and set up the kiln some nice machine piece there. I'm gonna put these in the kiln. I'm gonna put these in the kiln and see if we can't cook out all that stuff. And yeah, so let's go see what we got going on. I just rewired the thing. I have this metal bucket. Let's see if we got any heat. Oh yeah, I feel some heat. We'll put this down in there. Okay. And then we'll just keep adding shit to it. At least we'll get this stuff cooking. And we should be able to cook all that stuff right off of that copper. These things are really heavy, man. I'm interested in to see how much we can actually get out of that. Like, just as reference, just one of these. I mean, that's like 8 pounds. So, I'm sure we'll get some good stuff out of it. We'll let that cook. And then we'll just keep recovering whatever else we can get out of here. Okay. Probably got a bunch of copper in there. That almost looks like it'd pop apart. Fortunately, that just looks like a bunch of magnets. Or not even, it looks like the ferrite steel. Or not ferrite, it just looks like transformer steel. So they're probably making some type of coil with that. Okay. This, on the other hand, pretty heavy. That's copper. Nice little chunk. Okay, let's see if we can't finish up over here. It looks like we're probably soldered in right here. I don't think without taking that solder off, we're gonna get this out. We're probably just gonna have to break this board. Unless we can just chisel it out. Probably these right here. Probably these right here. I think I might need the air hammer. These things are coming off. Maybe we should throw them in the kiln too. Woo! wow, look at this. Is that worth anything? Probably not. Hey, silver contacts. Look at that gold, man. Is that even gold? It looks like a lot of gold in this thing. Those are heavy. That's really heavy. Look at them two silver contacts. Big chunk of copper. Wow. Look at all that. Is that gold? Looks like gold to me. Nice chunks of silver. Nice little chunk of copper there. Look at all that gold. You think that's gold or you think that's brass? Looks like a bunch of little gold in there too. Whatever these are, they're pretty heavy. Okay. Seems like this thing is full of more capacitors than anything. .24-volt DC fan. Probably a nice little chunk of copper in there. All this, and now we come across some Phillips. Dang, they got Phillips, star bits, and nuts holding that thing on. That's another one of those. So we'll probably clean this up. That's actually a bunch of heavy copper in there. Wow. We might have to throw that in the kiln. Burn that shit away. After a while, that plastic turns to like an ash. I don't want to keep opening that thing up, but oh, micro scrapping. Look at that copper. So this basically got the same deal. Little tiny Allen. And that might be it. I don't know if that actually has other screws. Nice piece of aluminum. Dag, look at that. They poured all that stuff and you could see machine marks. They milled that black stuff down on the backside. That's crazy. Well, we're gonna throw that right in the kiln along with all this other stuff. We're even gonna throw a couple of these in there, see what's inside, and let that shit cook off. She's heating up. All right, let's see what we got here. Nice piece of aluminum. Some hardware. Probably gonna save a lot of this hardware. Put that with the goodie box. Okay, let's get this side cleaned out completely. Okay, had to swap the GoPro again, but let's continue here. Brass, number 2 copper. That's copper. These are like fuses. Semiconductor fuse. See, stuff like that, I wonder if anyone would be interested in that. I mean, I did bend that, but we're gonna scrap it. Wow, I thought that was copper. Feels like aluminum. That's probably stainless steel. Yeah. Dang, that sucks. That's aluminum. Yeah, it has this, they have these little inserts in there. I'm just gonna send that with like cast aluminum or something. All that gold. Could be brass for all I know. So that's all number 2 copper. We're cooking along, man. Gotta dig in the stash of star bits, man. Ah, see that? You gotta have a stash, man. Man, this is that drill that's funny. Nice. 4,250 volt DC. So I'm pretty sure this is probably just a battery. I don't know how well that'll fare in the kiln, but we might try it. You think the battery will explode? It's a possibility. I don't know, man. That might be more transformer. I see coils of copper. Off to the kiln. Put that in the kiln too, because I've gotten a lot of brass inserts in plastic before, and I wonder if just cooking it out is a good way of removing it. This freaking drill, man. I'm gonna throw this thing in the garbage. Feel very light. I'm not sure what they are, but they're going to the kiln. Wow. That's just like a solid block, and that's copper. So we're sending that to the kiln. Okay, we are almost there. that gold, man. Wow. What do you think those are? Some more of that stuff. That stuff is so heavy. I'm gonna weigh that stuff. Look at that. You think that's high grade, mid grade, low grade, no grade? This was definitely some kind of something. Whatever it did a lot. Had a lot of different stuff going on. For what? I have no idea. Look at these connections, man. Wow, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's peeling back the gold. Dag, look at all that. Is that like a big copper chunk? What do you think about these boards, man? It's like a bunch of gold pins. That board's heavy, man. Nice chunks of copper on there. Or so it would seem. Look at that gold strip, man. It's like Play-Doh, but foam. This stuff is really weird. I've never felt anything like it. It's so heavy and dense. Woo, look at that. More copper. Whatever that is. Let's see if we can't pry one of them off of there. Looks like that whole center thing would come out of there. Oh. It's like some type of gel. That's heavy. It's definitely copper. Okay. Moving on. We got a magnet in here. Clean up some of this hardware. Okay. Absolutely no reason for them screws to be in there unless that is a, oh, I'd say that's extruded aluminum. That's got a number on it too. Look at that. That's kind of crazy. Why would they put that in there? Why wouldn't they just mill it with all this other stuff? And look, there's another piece over here. That's also got a number in it. That's milled. Huh. I wonder what those two little pieces are about. That's really weird. Okay, we're getting down to it. What do we got here? I don't even see how this comes out. Certainly ain't bolted in. Looks like she's glued, man. Let me see if I can't pry on that. Whoa. Okay. gonna give it a little shock treatment. Oh, we gotta take these handles off. I mean, what really gets me is why these things have handles to begin with. Little cast aluminum doohickeys. What else we got? You know what's crazy? It looks like LEDs right here, but these go nowhere. I'm gonna take that out. I wanna see literally right here, there's nothing there. There's nothing for it to go to. I wonder if these prongs, oh! There was water in there. What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. It's like hollow. Okay. Kind of baffled. All right. Ears are ringing. I'm gonna have to give it a little finesse. Oh! Wow, something's happening. Oh! Woo! Man. You know you're into some serious e-waste when you got to break out 2 5-foot pry bars. Oh! Yeah. All right. Oh, we got more. Oh, we got water coming out. What the heck? It seems like, I don't know, but with the amount of water that's coming out of there, it's still coming out. Is that water? Must it be acid or something? Hold on. You know, those things actually look like, man, these things are really heavy. They're non-magnetic. I guess they're some type of cast aluminum, man, but they feel heavy enough to be freaking copper. So, I was oh yeah, look at this. Inside there's a spring, and look at that. I bet you when you connect this to something, where's that other one? Yep. I was wondering why there was a spring in there. I bet you when you connect this to something, somehow, it runs water. You know what we're gonna do? Where's my drill? Let's see. Yep. There's a cavity there. I bet it circulates water through this thing and back out the other end. That's crazy, man. So I have more questions than when I started. I still have no idea what this is for. Obviously it's water cooled. That's hollow. And the crazy thing is, how did they pour this? Like this whole back is machined. Or, oh, we got even more handles. This thing got all kinds of handles. Okay, so that slot in there is like very thin. The fact that they were able to get that in that whole thing, I mean, the thickness of this with the thickness of that, and then the uprise on the inside, this is no more than 3/4 of an inch thick, if that, not even. And the fact that they were somehow, I'm interested in processes. How was that made? How did they get such a thin, wherever that's going, I mean, we can probably track it. Yes. Okay, because I'm shooting these in real time, the batteries keep shutting off, or the GoPros keep getting hot. Yes. Wow, that's really crazy. I wonder if they got up into this. Oh yeah. So I wonder if there's a terminator in here somewhere to separate, so that it goes up through here and then comes back, or comes in this way. Okay, well, we know that it's hollow, and if this thing was water cooled, whatever it was, which is pretty interesting, man. A lot of crazy stuff going on with this thing. Whatever this was, I mean, this thing is still so heavy. We're gonna put this on the scale. Just that piece alone is like 23 pounds. We'll get an aluminum weight real quick, and then that stuff that's cooking off is probably gonna cook for a while. 33 pounds just on the case. And then we have this other aluminum. Let's see here. This is basically all we have left. I'm gonna cut these wires and probably send that in the kiln too. I'm worried about this black stuff possibly melting and dripping on that other stuff, so I'm gonna kind of rearrange the stuff that's in there. This is all the aluminum. At least we can get an aluminum weight. Basically 35 pounds, man. So we were at like 99 pounds, almost 100. So basically a little more than 1/4 of the weight was just the case and cast aluminum. And then, I mean, all the heavy, so this is heavy. Whatever this is. We're gonna get that, I'm gonna get that set up in the kiln now. We got the kiln over here. Let me cut these wires real quick, lighten this thing up. Woo! Okay, I hope these are transformers and not batteries, because I don't think we should be cooking batteries. Probably an explosion hazard. Let's see what we got so far. Oh, that's kind of warm. See, this thing here, I don't even know if I want to cook that. I mean, I kind of do, but it just feels like there's a lot of this rubber stuff, or whatever it is. Gotta break off these tabs. Okay, well, there you have it. That's probably going to take a while. So I'm going to move on to, we got a bunch of nuggets and stuff over here. And they're literally barrels. I got to go through that barrel. I got to clean these LEDs. This extrusion. We got all the gold, man. Look at all these gold fingers. Okay. We're gonna add all this to that. I'm gonna weigh all this up after I take a break. I'll probably process this stuff down a little more. Maybe I'll throw this in the kiln. I don't know, but that's literally nice little chunks of copper there. These got nice little chunks of copper. We'll probably cut them open or something. I'm gonna take a break. We'll weigh this stuff. Let me know what you guys think of these. Is that gold? Is that brass? Are these any grade? Mid-grade, low grade, no grade? Have you seen anything like this before? Where'd that piece of copper go? It's got some type of sticky gel. Nice little chunk of copper on there though. Okay. Look at all that. I mean, that's like copper. Looks like copper on one side and either gold or brass on the other. If that's gold, how do we get it off of that copper? Seems like the whole inside of these blue boards is copper. Wow. So let me know what you guys think of that. And then as soon as that stuff is done cooking, that's probably going to take hours. I literally just started that. I know that thing usually takes a few hours to come up. It literally would take a couple hours to cook those stators or those rotors that I put in there. So I'm not expecting anything anytime soon. We're going to clean this off. I'll weigh everything here so we can kind of get a final tally on what this thing was worth. I mean, right out the gate we got 30 something pounds of aluminum, you know, and then a little bit of micro. Now because I've been filming, to get to this point, if I was just sitting there tearing into this, I could have taken this apart in about an hour. That's obviously going to take a few hours, but you put that stuff in there and you go do other things. So I'll probably spend another 20 minutes cleaning this up, like pulling these wires off. I'll send that right. I mean, it's almost thick enough to be bright and shiny, but I'll send that with the number 2. And then, yeah, let me know what you guys think about these boards, man. For now, I'm just gonna add them to the pile, and then one day we'll go through this pile and we'll figure out how to recover the gold. We'll get all the right stuff and you know, figure if we're gonna pull these little things off, if they're worth it. I'll do a little more research. I know these things here are probably copper, so there's like a lot of gold in there, man. So we'll be back at it here in a bit. Gotta tear the bucket. Okay. So we have all these, what I would assume is, or hopefully, gold strip boards. I don't know. Very interesting stuff. These things are really heavy. Lots of gold there, man. Look at these things. You ever seen anything like that? They got little hold downs. That's interesting. Wow. That was that copper one. So literally, I think most of the weight is going to be the case and the actual stuff I have in the kiln right now. That stuff was actually pretty heavy. So we have 6.28 pounds. Okay. And we're just going to add them to our computer board box here. Hopefully we got a little nugget of gold in there one day. Now, I doubt these things are actually going to weigh until I know what they are, or if they actually have gold in them. These things look like gold, man. Look at that. I mean, it's like gold fingers to me. We'll throw them in there. They're not really they're doing anything. It'd be nice to recover a little bit of gold off of it. Be a good experiment, you know. Basically the only other thing worth really weighing is this. Now I want to show you something. I took one of those solenoids apart that had the silver contacts, right? These things, look at the silver contact there. Silver contact. There was one more. Here we go. Now, let me put these over here for now. I have this whole bucket is full. Well, not full, but these are all like, that's a silver thing. These have giant silver contacts on them. These have silver contacts we just recovered. These have silver contacts. Okay, we'll go through that, clean it up. We'll make a nice little meltdown of silver one day. But check this out. I was taking this apart, and what I did is I was pulling it off, and then I was like, you know what, let me just split it. So I took this and I drove it down in there and split it, but it's not necessary because the core, I know it's probably not going to come through on camera, the core of this is copper. So that whole thing can go right in the #2 copper. Now all of this, it's like #2 copper, but it's got this stuff on it. I'm not going to really worry about it because I'm going to be throwing this in with, like, you know, probably a larger amount of copper where just a little bit of stuff really isn't going to matter. You know, these little bits and whatnot, the little plastic. To me, it's all #2 copper. This stuff I'll strip back, maybe. But that's pretty much it. These here, I'm going to wait until I get, like, the grinder out or the chipping hammer, the air hammer, to deal with them. So those will get further processed. But let's just see how much #2 copper we pulled out of that. .8 pounds. That is not a lot. So we're going to find a #2 copper bucket right here. Okay. And this stuff, that's not even really worth anything. I doubt this is even going to weigh anything. The #2 that I pulled out of there. We'll throw these in there just because. I need like a gram scale for this. Yeah. 0.44 pounds. And I think that's going to be it. I don't even know. These might, let's see, 0.99. So these were like half a pound. But I don't know how much copper we're actually going to get out of that. I'm going to set them aside into a processing bucket right there. We'll call that 1/2 pound. And then our fan motors, 0.3 pounds. And then so far, which is going to be the heaviest, 36 pounds of cast aluminum. Well, there you have it. That was some serious micro scrapping. Oh, I want to get a weigh in on this stuff here, man. You're not going to believe how heavy that blue shit is, man. Let's see. We're zeroed. This is like, it feels like putty, but stronger, but like a rubber mat. It's like a weird mix. 0.88 pounds. That shit is crazy. I mean, I almost want to keep this just because it's the weirdest stuff. I don't know what I would do with it. It's almost like some space age stuff. I don't know, we're gonna throw it out. More shit I don't need in my life. All right, and then this here is probably, I don't know, we'll call it a pound, if that. I'm gonna keep all this, some nice hardware. Hardware is getting ridiculously expensive, so if I can recover it, you know, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to recover as much as possible, and then one day we might get to the nut and bolt bin. So that's it for now. I'm gonna clean this off and move on to something else. That's gonna cook off for a while. When that's done, I'll come back and give you a final. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before? What do you think of that? Oh! Dag, look at all that copper in there. Oh! She's about to come right out. Oh, I love my jaw, man. So I'd say that's extruded aluminum, and that looks like it might be stainless or just regular metal. Not regular metal. That is a nice nugget. We better start a nugget bucket. We're probably going to be recovering some nuggets tonight. Now this machine is not designed to be this way. I just mounted it that way. Oh! Wow, this got so hot from that. Yeah, I mean, it's stripping it. One pass. Let's try some of that crusty copper. There we go. Well, strip those in one pass. Oh, they got it. One pass.